So Color Purple the musical, it came out Christmas Day, it's out, and the reviews are all over TikTok. So we're gonna review the reviews, okay? So let's talk about it. The Color Purple, the Broadway musical, came out in a film adaptation on Christmas Day. A movie I am anticipating seeing. Full disclosure, haven't seen it, but I will be seeing it with the understanding that it is a musical. Now, this is one of the complaints that I keep hearing from people. There was too much singing in a musical. Tell me you're slow without telling me you're slow. How did you not expect singing in a Broadway musical? It is beyond me. It is beyond me. If there weren't singing, too much singing in a musical. This is a legitimate complaint that I'm hearing from people on TikTok, you guys. Like, this isn't just me pulling this out of my behind. This is what people are saying. Another complaint I keep hearing. We're over these, slave tales, this, that, and the third. Now listen, maybe I've been watching the wrong movie all of this time, but The Color Purple to me is not a story about slavery. The Color Purple to me is about female triumph. The Color Purple is a story to me about perseverance. Yes, there is a subplot with Miss Sophia, but that isn't the primary story of the Color Purple. The primary story is overcoming sexual trauma. It's overcoming domestic abuse. So to me, when I see The Color Purple, it is about the strength of a woman, okay? And how whatever you do, you just simply cannot break the spirit of a woman. That is the story that The Color Purple tells to me. You can do this to me, you can do that to me, but at the end of the day, God damn it, when I'm tired, I'm tired. Okay? So I don't know where this whole thing about The Color Purple being a story about slavery is coming from. Now, let's say this, right? Django, a story about slavery, no complaints. Emancipation with Will Smith came out about a year or two ago. No complaints. What was it? Birth of a Nation. No complaints about those movies, which were about slavery. Right? But those movies weren't produced by a black woman. But suddenly when a black woman is producing a movie that's not about slavery, you want to make it a story about slavery. Make that make sense for me. Because it's not about slavery. See, let me tell you. The problem with the biggest problem that most of you have with The Color Purple is not the movie, it's not the story, it's Oprah. It's really Oprah. And instead of this anti-Oprah movement that is happening, and I get it, Oprah has made some missteps. She made a misstep with Monique. She made a misstep with the Michael Jackson interview. She made a misstep with the whole Me Too documentary on Apple, which I'm not quite sure was a misstep. But I get that Oprah has made some mistakes, right? But I'm sorry, a black woman who is a billionaire, who has her own network, who has defied odds, because a lot of you don't realize that, because you keep saying, why is Oprah telling this story? If you know Oprah's past, you know Oprah's story is very similar to Celie. Oprah has gone through a lot of the traumas that Celie has gone through, and that's why she feels connected to the story, and that is why she is doing a retelling or a Broadway adaptation of the movie, because she feels connected to it. Now, I was going to say, a lot of you are just simply mad at Oprah because she's rich, which I don't understand. Oprah is a black female billionaire, and I, for one, absolutely love it. And I'm going to support her until she is a trillionaire, okay? But I'm going to be trying to make my way to get where she's going as well. But her success is not intimidating to me. I love to see it. And it feels like a lot of y'all are low-key haters. I said what I said. Now, another thing I keep hearing is that the story just isn't relevant. How is The Color Purple in a Me Too era not relevant, right? How is bigotry, prejudice not relevant in a MAGA era? Have you guys, what country have you been living in? Because a lot of these subject matters that The Color Purple broaches are very apropos to today's date and time. It hasn't gone away. In fact, it's getting worse. We're actually regressing back to those times. So I don't understand how people can say that it's not relevant. I've seen how Miss Sophia was treated by the justice system in a Tamir Rice, Philando Castile, George Floyd, Freddie Gray. In an era of police brutality, you don't think that is relevant to today's date and time? If you don't like Oprah, you have a right to not like Oprah. But it feels like to me like all of these people on TikTok, all of these content creators are all plugged into the same matrix, right? They have one source of information, and then once one person says it, then it's like, oh, this is the cool thing to say, so let me say this. I don't like it because of this. And it's just absolutely ridiculous to me, because Again, I can't tell you what to like and what not to like. That is your right. But at the end of the day, I just don't see the justification for all of the hate on a black movie. You think if there was a Jewish movie talking about the Holocaust, that Jewish people would be lining up to say this and say that about their experiences? Black people need to figure it out. Seriously. You know, trauma is a part of our history. And pretending like it's not does a disservice to the people who survived that trauma to allow you to be here on TikTok making videos about how you don't want to hear about the trauma that is responsible for you being here. I'm sorry, it doesn't make any sense to me. I have not seen The Color Purple. It is on my to-do list. The reason I haven't seen it is because, child, with the way they like to pew-pew in these movies and, you know, events and holidays, I did not want to be a statistic, so I decided to wait until things calm down. But I will definitely be seeing it either before the end of the year or at the top of next year. And I'm going to come here and give you an objective review, right? Not some biased, slanted review because I dislike Oprah or I'm afraid to embrace my past or afraid to embrace my history. I'm just going to review the movie as a movie. Anyway, comment below because I'm curious to know what you think about all of the drama and all of the hate surrounding this movie. I'm just exhausted with it, to be frank with you guys. It's just like, it makes no sense to me that there is this much hate about this movie when this should be a moment for us all to celebrate. Comment below. I'll see you in the next video. And subscribe.